probably 100 dates this year, and I'd say about like a quarter of them have been foodie dates.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reacting to a video titled Foodie Call. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Make sure you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So here we go.
A heated conversation with our team the other day was this thing called, what guys, it's called, what is it, Foodie Call? So who knows what a foodie call is? Oh, hello, foodie call. Not booty call, sir. Right. Foodie call.
Foodie call. or permanent side chick.
Oh, huh?
See, he's on game.
He knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on. You know what I mean? Have you heard of a foodie call before?
No.
Never.
I've never heard that term
What?
before. I think, okay, I have an idea of what
Stop
it
the
is.
cap.
I have an
You've
idea.
never heard of a foodie call before?
Foodie call? No, that's like a new thing, no?
So pretty much it's about a woman going on a date with a guy, but only using him for food, nothing else.
Okay, I knew that, but I didn't know there was a term for it. I guess because it happens a lot now.
It happens a lot. You got to put a term on it, right? So.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Food or side chick, depending on how it's phrased.
What is a foodie call?
A foodie call is when someone who doesn't have a main man goes out with many different people just so they can get good meals.
Have y'all ever heard that? Wait, okay, thank you, sir. Ma'am, you could stand up right now. You've been
I've
on
not just heard it, I've done it, yeah. I've been on probably 100 dates this year, and I'd say about like a quarter of them have been foodie dates.
First of all, what are you doing that you got a...
So hold on. 100 dates and a quarter, 25% of those dates, she had no genuine interest, straight food.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
What are my thoughts on that? Bad, obviously. What the heck? First of all, 100 dates in a year?
That's madness.
We're not gonna like pass by that. That's crazy.
God.
I didn't even think. What's the average amount of dates you would go on in a year for people?
Well, for a
I
guy,
don't know.
a guy's even lucky to get at least 10 dates a year. The average guy, if that.
That's like, yeah, like. I would say
Meanwhile,
that
she
makes
has
sense.
100 dates. 100 dates. And you know what that means?
I don't even know, man. This is crazy to even hear like 100 dates and only go and 25 guys out of those dates that she wanted to go on. It was just for food.
Just
That was
straight
it.
food.
She didn't really care that much about them. She was like, yeah, not really feeling it, but I'm gonna go out anyways because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Meanwhile, the guy's getting ready, probably letting his boys know he found the one, right? He found this special girl that makes him get all butterfly and tingly feeling.
Yeah.
And here she is just going for food, disregarding his feelings, not caring about him as an individual,
That's so bad.
stringing
though.
him along,
That's really bad.
right?
Yeah.
And if a guy was to do that, I mean, let's be honest, he would be scrutinized and thrown under the bus, right? So
Yeah.
it's a double standard. And for guys that are watching this, you got to be careful when you're dating. You got to ask the right questions and really determine, is this person a good person? Are they there for me, right? Are they interested in getting to know me? Or are they just there just for the food,
Yeah.
pretty much?
I'm shocked how proud she seems of it. Is
Yeah,
that just me?
like
Like,
it's
she's so open about it. Like, I don't know if that's something to be like, like, you know what I mean? Showing like excitement about.
You would have thought she graduated college with honors or something. Like,
with her attitude.
with her attitude.
100 people...
I'm trying to find my husband. And I'm also trying to eat. I've got like a ramen, budget and like an oyster appetite.
Okay.
So she wants to save her money
Yeah.
and spend yours. What are your thoughts on that?
You're asking me my thoughts, but it's always going to be the same. Like,
Okay, let me ask you this.
Like,
What would you do in this situation? Like, what would you advise? Okay, so let's say you had a girl, right? Your girlfriend, right? And she's
Okay.
like, hey, going on 100 dates with 100 guys. I'm using them for food. As a good friend, how would you advise her?
talk some sense into her, being like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
First of all, this is not, why are you manipulating people? This is not good behavior. This is just, it's like, smarten up. Like, you know what I mean? It's not that serious, honestly. Like, to go on a date, waste someone's time just so you can get a free meal when you could just go to freaking McDonald's and order off the value menu if you're really that hungry for food. You know what I mean? You don't have money.
Get a
or
second job.
Or you have a ramen like budget, but you want expensive taste. Like, you know what I mean? That's just too much for me.
Get a second job. Save your money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's things that you can do instead of relying on a guy and just throwing him to the wayside because you no longer need him for food.
So you've been on 100 dates. Some of them have been foodie calls.
Yes.
Did you tell the guy?
No, I mean, here's the thing. They ask you on a date, right? If you're on online dating sites, they're saying, I want to go to this nice restaurant. I want to take you on this nice restaurant. Do you want to come with me? And so why not, you know? And also, you never know what it's going to turn into.
Okay.
I've had some actually turn into relationships.
But you go, though, because you could not afford the restaurant.
I could not afford the restaurants. Absolutely not.
Is your mom or dad watching? I'm kidding.
No.
Right. And we tell guys on this channel all the time, if you're going to take a woman out, it should be a reasonable price date, right? No more than $40, $50.
Yeah.
And just get to know the person.
Why are you advertising on your dating profile that you want to take women? Imagine that, right? Like if you're a guy on a dating app and you're like, or if you're talking to multiple women, I want to take you to this really fancy restaurant and whatever.
Yeah.
You're gonna only get those like the women who are gonna be excited about that only want you for the meal or for your money. They're not like, you don't have to lead with that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, you should never lead with your wallet as a man, because once you start leading with your wallet, you're setting the expectations of the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, right? And she's never gonna really value you as an individual. She's just gonna value what you bring to the table, right?
100%. Yeah.
So, I mean, even though you got it like that, even like you may be a guy with money, at least she knows you have money. You don't necessarily have to spend the money, right? If she can see you, you know, dressing well, maybe you drive a decent car, maybe you work for a decent place, that should be enough for her to pique her interest, at least to want to get to know you, versus you just shelling out a whole bunch of money trying to impress her. Meanwhile, she has no real interest in you, right? Again, it's just with the wallet.
Yeah, exactly. Those girls are going to just take advantage of you and then toss you. That's it. Just be like, okay, I'm just going to go on this one date. And she's trying to make it seem like, oh, yeah, like some of them turned out into relationships.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
Out of 100.
She capping.
Like, you know what I mean? Out of 100 people, like, I don't know how many people would have turned out well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is not the way to go about dating.
You're nodding. You've done a foodie call?
No, I would never do a foodie call. Oh,
Really?
you're a good-looking woman, and that makes you look cheap.
Oh,
definitely.
Oh. No, I just, listen, I wouldn't.
Oh my God. Yo, she called
Straight
it
up.
out. She's like, you look cheap. It makes you seem cheap. Yo.
Straight up.
I'm surprised. Honestly, usually
respect
what
that.
happens.
Yeah.
No, I respect it too. But normally for these like talk shows and stuff like that, the women in the audience are all like, "Yeah, girl, you're right." Like they're all kind of encouraging the bad behavior.
That's
usually
true.
that's what happens, right? So I'm really happy to see that someone noticed this bad behavior and the older
Straight to her
woman.
face, too.
Yeah, exactly. She's not shy about it. She's like, "That's not good.
Yeah.
Like you should not be proud of this." And look at her. She's probably gonna want to justify like why she's doing it or why it's okay.
Say that at all, because here's the deal. You going, it's possible that you will turn into love.
Right.
Listen, and I'm about this. Don't judge anybody else's love. Love your love. Let me love my mother has a saying, if you like it, I love it. So, but you wouldn't go on a foodie call.
She doesn't want to start anything. She's just like, hey, let me like diffuse the situation because it sounds like there's gonna be an argument
Yeah.
here.
She should have stuck by the other lady's side and been like, yeah, you're right.
Well, think about it. The one she was done talking, she's like, yeah, I hope your mom and dad aren't watching this. So she does agree.
Yeah.
She just doesn't want to openly like, you know, seem like she's going too hard on this girl.
Women today will give a PC answer. Make sure your feelings are not hurt. Meanwhile, you're not providing the real information that somebody needs to know and hear in order to do better, right? So women think they're actually helping the situation, but in reality, it's a detriment to that person, to that person's character, right? Because ultimately, you should be correcting her versus just kind of sweeping it under the rug.
Going for love is different.
Yeah.
But if you're going just because you can't afford a meal and you want the guys to pay for the meal,
You think it's a no-brainer?
It's a no-brainer.
Well, listen, when we go out for lobster, you're going to buy mine, though. Let me tell you that. because I've been unemployed for 3 years. I might not be able to cut it. So here's the deal. We had this fierce debate, just like this with our staff. So my assistant, her name is Lizzie, and she's a recent college graduate. And you know, everybody's been talking about college debt and all of these things. And Lizzie, even though she works for the show, apparently is also broke, like me. So Lizzie said she would never go on a foodie call. Why not, Lizzie?
I don't know. I just think it's really tacky. It's bad karma. You know, I feel like I would never want someone to use me like that, so I wouldn't use them. You seem really fun, though. Like, we should go out together. We'll go to Wendy's, get some spicy nuggets.
About the 25 guys that had their heart broken.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
laughing, yucking it up. Meanwhile, these guys are probably going through depression. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's not right. It's not right.
So for the intern though, she has the right mindset, being like, it's not right to use people or manipulate people, and like, you know what I mean, it's bad karma, whatever. That was her answer, right? I agree with her. That's not the right way to go about it. If you're not interested, don't go. Okay.
Yeah.
If there, it was previously said as well that like, if you're going for love and you want to give it a fair shot, then that's okay, right? But if you're going just because you're like, I can't afford my dinner tonight, or I can't afford to eat tonight, so I'm just gonna go out with this random person that I don't really like, wasting your time, wasting his time, like wasting his money on top of it too. It's like when he thought there was actually a chance, you know what I mean? It's just,
I think for me, it's the
mess.
escape route at the end. It's like, you did this bad thing, but let's laugh about it and grab drinks.
Yeah.
Versus, you did this bad thing. Do you admit to doing this bad thing?
she admits to it. She's proud of it.
What have you learned from this bad thing? You know what I mean?
No.
Like, get into that bad thing and try to correct it versus acknowledging it. But then what's the resolution? Like, what's the end result of this? You know what I mean? Versus just yucking it up and going on another 100 dates, right, with guys that are expecting something more.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, let's be honest, like, a guy's not going to take you out for nothing. Right. Like, most guys are going to take women out because they want sex. I mean, let's be honest. Right. It may not be that date. Right. But they're anticipating something more.
I know she's some spicy nuggets. She wants to eat at one of the fancy restaurants. So for me, I actually don't, I've never done it to my knowledge. I've had some Last Suppers where I was like, you're never gonna see me again, and thank you.
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end this video. What are your final thoughts?
I learned, what did I learn from this?
What did you learn from this?
Oh God, I learned that, you know, manipulating people is bad. Foodie call is a thing. I guess booty calls out of like not here anymore. It's a foodie call is the new thing now.
Netflix and chill. That's what it's called now.
Okay. With the new, I guess what the kids say now. I don't know, but
Meanwhile, you're 25.
I know, right? No, I'm old at heart, but like this is really bad behavior, and I don't really appreciate them like making light of the situation, because this is just one person. Okay, there's multiple girls.
Yeah.
There's so many articles of like women going on dates just for food, right? Like it happens so often now that they've coined a phrase and stuff like that. Like it's getting out of control is what it seems like. So yeah, definitely stop manipulating people. Don't go if you're not interested. And honestly, just to like make things even, I would honestly just say split the bill. Okay, there's no expectations. You go just to kind of see how the person is. There's no other ulterior motives there. It's just genuinely, I want to get to know you, and we're both sharing time together. You pay for your stuff, I pay for my stuff, and then that's cool. And if we want to continue on another date, then like go from there. So
in a perfect world, I mean, that's how it would play out, right?
I suggest splitting the bill on the first date, honestly.
Yeah.
If you're going to be doing restaurants and stuff, you know what I mean? Like that's a lot. But
yeah, I mean, again, we tell guys on this channel not to spend, multiple dollars on a fancy restaurant. Like, you may spend $250 on a date and you may never see her again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, she may just simply ghost you.
Yeah.
And then brag about it on a talk show, right? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.